see how that response registers tonight. It'll be a touchback to begin. And Lewis, your eyes go immediately where with Iamaleava and how his response surrounds and calms this offense.
So let's just see how fast he's able to play and get that ball out.
There were some injury concerns last week as well with Squirrel White and Brew McCoy, but they are both okay to go tonight, and that certainly will help Iamaleava to throw on first down. And he is already 1 for 1. Squirrel White, a slide and catch for a first down and a gain of 14.
There you go. Run a little play action, get him out on the perimeter, change the launch point, get the ball out of your hands fast. They worked on it hard in practice.
Speaking of fast, that is exactly the way they play. But no gain on the first running play to Dylan. First tackle.
Yeah, winning the line of scrimmage for Florida is something that's going to be critical for them, run game and rushing the passer.
They try it again with Sampson. And this time a little more success. He's got 4, so here's the first third down as Jordan Castell made the stop.
This is where you're going to really see whether Nico really has right now really calmed himself down. He can read the coverage rotation pre-snap. Then when he gets the ball in the gun and he gets his eyes back up, does he see it post-snap? And then just decisive, let it rip.
2 receivers stacked to either side. Here comes a blitz off the edge. Iamaleava well protected. Finds the crosser at Squirrel White. Catch and run for a first down.
Nice job by Iamaleava. He wanted to come down here to the bottom of the screen and then picked up Squirrel White running that deep dig. Nice execution.
They keep it up tempo. Breaking a tackle to Sampson. Speed to the edge. Dives inside the 30 down to about the 26. Crowd not happy that the chains can't keep up with the Vols. The officials have to slow things up just to get the down and distance markers accurate before the Vols snap it on second down. It's second down and 4.
Yeah, they definitely want to keep it going. You know they can change tempos with the best of them in the country as far as putting that pressure on the defense, not letting them ever settle into a groove defensively.
Gave the Gators a chance maybe to catch their breath. Breaking tackles, but it's tough to bring down. At least the first contact for Dylan Sampson. Jack Pyburn was there.
And there you see that jump cut ability of Dylan Sampson, the ability to just get lateral and then get vertical.
3rd and 1. Losing the football is Iamaleava. A fumbled exchange at the mesh point and a takeaway for the Gators. Grayson Howard jumped on the loose ball.
Rolling on the field was a fumble recovered by the defense for a first down.
And these are just the kind of things that you just can't afford when the drive has started off so nicely. You see Nico trying to pull it out of the belly of Dylan Sampson. Dylan thinks he's going to give it to him. You see, he's just not sure with the ball handling, isn't secure with the ball handling. And this is one of the things he also talked about, the fact that he wanted to play a clean game, wanted to make sure that there weren't no self-inflicted wounds. And if you're Florida, though, right now, you're saying, hey, look, we know how to play this football team. We played them very well in the Swamp last year. We were able to beat them at the physical game, and we're going to take it to them again.
Florida with their 2-quarterback system. They start with Graham Mertz. We will see the freshman DJ Lagway. It's been the first 2 drives for Mertz. Then they go to Lagway, back to Mertz for 2 drives. At least that's been the recent recipe for success. There's a quick slant. And already Mertz is 1 for 1 to Elijah Badger.
Florida has their full complement of weapons on the outside now with the return of Trey Wilson. Aiden Mizell healthy. Elijah Badger.
Four-man rush. Mertz is 2 for 2. Another first down. Aiden Hansen. Just a button hook right up the hash marks for 12 yards. And boy, boy, Graham Mertz has been, Lewis, a completion machine.
Yeah, look, Billy Napier just loves this guy. Thinks that he is a superstar in terms of his decision-making, his accuracy, his total command of this Florida offense. And you can see right now, he is composed. The noise isn't bothering him. They are crisp coming out of the huddle, and he has been on point.
A run with Montrell Johnson. That's a tough front to run against. Josh Josephs made the stop.
This Tennessee defensive front is as good as they come. They have got some studs up front. Joshua Joseph, James Pierce, Amari Thomas at the linebacker position. They have got guys who can run and hit with Arian Carter and Keenan Peely. They are loaded, and they're going to need to be at their very best tonight.
Pierce not getting the start tonight. Empty backfield, second down and long. Five-man rush. Mertz escapes the pocket, heaves it to the sideline, just throws it away. Now it's going to be third down and 11.
There you see what happens with quarterbacks, no matter how good they are, when they get pressure in their face. That time came from Tyree West on a little stunt coming inside and just collapsing the pocket. Threw Graham Mertz's timing off. That's what this defense can do up front. Now you see James Pierce back in the lineup. You know they're going to put him in here in these kind of third down situations when it's time to get after the quarterback, and he's as good as any in the country at doing it.
Checker Nealon right now is Decibel Nealon. Four-man rush. Mertz over the middle, reaching back to haul it in, but well short of the first down line to gain is Arliss Boardingham, the tight end. It's at least 4 yards shy, so now it's 4th and 4 inside the 45-yard line, and we have an injured ball. And that's Keenan Peely. So that's the 5th year, really the 7th year senior, the BYU transfer. He's the rock in the middle of that defense. He's the green dot, and he is down. So they wanted to potentially take punt return duties off his plate tonight. It looks like they have. Jermont McCoy is back at the 10-yard line. And Florida will play field position as Jeremy Crawshaw will try and pin the Vols deep, and does, down at the 10-yard line.
It's that renewed confidence in the defensive side of the ball for the Florida Gators.
And for a crease is Dylan Sampson, and he fights his way for about 3 yards.
Like I was saying, look, Billy Napier says after the bye week, or during the bye week, they really went to work on the defensive side of the football. He spent more time on that side, felt as though that unit needed to play better and could play better. And he's putting their trust in him here early.
Play action. Iamaleava out of the pocket. Tucks it under. Flag down in the offensive backfield. How does that argument usually turn out?
Holding. Offense number 74. After this is still going, we play second down.
They got the right tackle, John Campbell Jr., and you're going to see him right here on your screen. Starting to lose the rusher. And as the quarterback starts to break the pocket, that's what happens. A lot of times offensive tackles get their hands high and up on the pads of the pass rusher. That time it was Cameron James, number 24. And these tackles are under the gun now for Tennessee here tonight. They have the spotlight on them because they didn't play very well last week in Fayetteville against the Arkansas Razorbacks. Gave up a lot of pressures. The pocket was just not secure. And they need to play better tonight.
Going down inside the 5-yard line, fighting his way to the 5. At best is Sampson. Wyatt Taylor. Good penetration to bring down Sampson. Now it's third down and long, 3rd and 15 from the 5.
Again, you're seeing that defensive front really get after it right now as far as their ability to get off the ball and play with physicality. It's the key to the game for them. Win the line of scrimmage.
And they're going to run it again and play conservative. The crowd doesn't like it. Dylan Sampson gets 2, just trying to buy some room for the punt group. And the decision by Billy Napier to play field position and punt it down to the 10-yard line works perfectly. And now it will be Jackson Ross kicking it from the end zone.
As you can see, they want to put this ball in the hands of the redshirt freshman, Iamaleava. They want to make sure that he can prove to them that he has kind of answered some of the questions that we have of him after last week's game in Arkansas.
Line drive kick. DK. Fair catch right at midfield. In my generation, Florida was the rivalry game always for Tennessee. And now a false start here with great field position for Florida. So the crew's sorting out who this penalty is against.
Offside. Defensive end was in the neutral zone at the snap. 5-yard penalty. The first down.
And they're going to get 5 yards to the Gators. Let's go down to Chris.
Yeah, Tennessee losing a huge veteran presence on the defensive side. I've just been told that Keenan Peely is out for the remainder of the game with a lower body injury. I am watching him walk to the locker room right now under his own power. But not good news for Tennessee on the defensive side.
That's a big loss in the heart of the defense, Lewis.
What's that? Without a doubt. Look, defensive coordinator Tim Banks, he talked about the fact that
8 minutes, 6 seconds, 8:06 on the game clock, please.
this linebacking unit is largely responsible for how well this defense has played as a whole. He's going to be missed.
Game clock operator, please reset the game clock. Thank you.
We heard you the whole time. They wanted an extra second on the game clock. I'm not sure they can hear them in the press box.
It's unbelievably loud in this stadium.
Montrell Johnson is the lone setback. Everybody's fighting the crowd noise, including the Gators. There goes Johnson. And he pushes the pile for a couple of yards. 4 of the last 5 opponents have been held under 100 yards rushing by this Tennessee defense. A big factor last week in the loss to Arkansas. The Razorbacks ran for 137 yards.
Yeah, they gave it up to them late in that game. They had some breakdowns as far as communication, staying in your gaps. But this team is formidable right up the middle. They have some big defensive tackles that can really hold up at the point of attack.
Trey Wilson in the backfield. Mertz floats one down the sideline. Incomplete. Out of the reach of Elijah Badger. So now 3rd down and 3. And you know they desperately like to pay off the great field position that their special teams and defense created for them.
And here when you're in plus territory, when you're on the opponent's side of the 50, on the road, your defense is playing well. You do want to go ahead and convert this 1st down. You got to get it to your playmakers. We haven't heard from Chimere DK yet, the transfer from Wisconsin. You see they got a little bit of a condensed formation, expecting man-to-man coverage.
Mertz, he's going to run for it. Dives and gets it. 1st down scramble for Graham Mertz as Ricky Gibson forced him down, but not before he picked it up.
And you're going to see here, you're going to see Mertz. He's looking at DK. He's looking his way, but he's covered up. Ricky Gibson has him locked down. And Mertz, do not underestimate his athletic ability. He can make plays with his legs. He can throw off platform, get outside the pocket. Look, head coach Billy Napier, he loves this quarterback situation. The fans may not love it with this rotation, but he's comfortable with it.
Zell and Wilson in the slot right. Those are the 2 wide receivers they've gotten back. And those are difference makers, especially Trey Wilson in the slot.
They can fly, Bob. These guys can get down the field.
The clock was winding down. To the short side is Montrell Johnson, and he has run out after a gain of only a yard. Gibson and Arion Carter. The sophomore linebacker who played running back in high school was not really highly recruited. And they've really been amazed at how he has, with football IQ, taken to the position of linebacker at this level.
Look, when you throw on the tape of this young man, you can see that football IQ. He is off the spot in an absolute hurry. And he will make a ton of tackles, especially now that Keenan Peely is out for the game.
True freshman Jaden Ball with a nice jump cut close to a 1st down.
We were down on the field for pregame, and we were just marveling at the way these running backs are put together. Montrell Johnson, Jaden Ball. These guys are all 215, 220 plus.
Quarterback sneak. A little push. It depends on the spot. He is right on the line to gain. And it looks like from where the official from the far side is running in, he's probably got it. First down without measurement.
We got another injury.
And Elijah Simmons, it looks like, is down. Lose it all the way down to 14% to make the playoff. They basically tread water with a win. So they have to win this game. As Jordan Baugh on 1st and 10 only gains about 2 yards. So they're not going to be giving Lewis much credit based on the percentages with a home win tonight over the Gators. And this is a rivalry game.
Yeah, look, strength of schedule, so to speak, is going to be a big part of it all when it's all said and done as far as how this all plays out. Tennessee needs to be convincing. They needed to start fast in this game, and they haven't so far. They're on their heels here early.
They fake it to Jaden Ball and slip a little screen in the right flat to DK. He's about a yard shy of the first down.
Chimere Dike, the transfer from Wisconsin. Quarterback Graham Mertz says that is his guy. That is one of his best friends, if not his very best friend, and he is someone who has produced for Florida here early in the season. Already has 15 catches, 277 yards coming into this game. He'll play a big role tonight.
Ricky Gibson hurt on that last play, crawled off to the sideline. That's another injury for the Tennessee defense. Swapped under behind the line is Jaden Ball on 3rd down. Well, he lost about a handful. Omari Thomas blew that play up, as did the rest of the Vols defensive line. That's going to force a field goal attempt.
I mean, you just see Omari Thomas with the penetration, the jab step, and then he just gets upfield. And watch Jeremiah Thielander as well. You see the linebacker number 22 who came in for Keenan Peely just fired through the A-gaps. And that's how you got to do it in 3rd and short situations. You've got to reset that line of scrimmage, man, and you've got to get in the backfield. The Tennessee defense stands up.
Trey Smack from 42 for the game's first points, effortlessly knocks it right down the middle. So the Gators are on the board. If you leave Tennessee, you get to experience.
You leave out of here as a highly recruited young man, you're going to have a hard time topping this.
It'll be a touchback. At least Pitt survived too.
You know it, baby. You know it. You know what kind of roll they're on.
Can't ruin Lewis's night, even with a Penn State survival. Jet sweep. Drew McCoy. You'd think a Penn State survival might make Lewis sad, but nothing can make Lewis sad.
Look, I didn't even hear
that survival.
I didn't even hear that part of what Matt was saying. I know what he was saying. You're not going to bait me, dude. I get it. I get it. Pitt's got their own program going on, just like Tennessee does right now, as they try to get this thing going and get some points on the board.
Sean Bishop drags a couple of tacklers. Cam Jackson brings him down a yard short of a first down.
Bob, what you're seeing is this defensive front for Florida, the side of the ball again that Billy Napier gave a lot of his attention during their bye week, has really stepped it up.
And this time Bishop submarines for a first down and moves the pile. Well, in spite of the fact that they gave up a first down, you're right, Billy Napier said the 3 days that they had of practice during that open date, he said it was like real football, right? And he thinks that was a turning point for their defense. Iamaleava has to escape the pocket again. Out on the edge, there he goes, flag down. He's across the 50. The crowd loves the run. We'll see if it comes back. And the offensive line with shoulders slumped tells the story.
Holding. Offense number 53. 10-yard penalty. First down.
You see they're going to get transferred Lance Hurd right here, the left tackle, number 53. Again, those tackles that were under fire after last week's performance in Arkansas, you see again, when the hands get high on the shoulder pads and they start to lose control of the defender, that's the natural instinctive reaction, is to grab. And those are the kind of things that just drive Josh Heupel and all head coaches nuts, because those are the things you can control. And you can't have self-inflicted wounds in a highly contested SEC matchup like this.
Play action, blitz off the edge. There's Brazel, his first catch. Good for about 6 yards, out to the 34-yard line in front of Bryce Thornton.
See, that's what they want to see. Nice rhythmic passing. Just get Nico into a rhythm.
Tries to stay in rhythm, and in traffic. Broken up. Let's see, held onto it. It looks like he did. Oh, what a catch by Brazel. Unbelievable.
But
he got popped by Jordan Castell and held on for 20 yards.
you're going to see Castell just read the eyes of Iamaleava and come offside with the break. Textbook break.
Squirrel White down the sideline. Another first down for Tennessee.
See, this is what Josh Heupel wanted to see. Now they're into a groove. Now the quarterback is starting to see it clearly. He's letting go of the ball, trying to throw with anticipation.
Another play action fake. This time he goes down. The pocket collapses. And the sack. Devin Moore came off the edge.
That's what Florida wants. They want to make Nico hitch with the football. You're going to see it here. He wants to let it go now. He has to pull it down. His eyes come down. And now that's when the pass rush for Florida can go to work.
And Jaden Robinson got home.
But this defensive front, their top 8 players on the defensive front played against Tennessee last year in the swamp. They know what it takes in order to win a game like this, albeit on the road. And they're going to have to come up with more plays like that.
Another blitz. Another sack. Tyreek Sapp will end the quarter with back-to-back sacks for the Gators.
Coach, your defense has held them. They get that sack there. What's allowed them to be able to hold Tennessee's offense in that first quarter?
Well, we got to play the normal downs well to create some passing situations so we can go pressure the guy, right? So we've done a good job creating some TFLs. We tackle well on the perimeter. And then when we got them in the passing downs, we've been able to finish on the quarterback.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
And this one back-to-back sacks to end the quarter. Short-circuited out near midfield. Now 3rd and 26. Pocket collapsing again. Iamaleava down again. And Tennessee will have to punt from midfield. Jaden Robinson all over Iamaleava again. And George Gums might share that sack.
It's just the pressure inside. They ran a little twist stunt inside. You're going to see it right here. You're going to see them loop here. And then what winds up happening is the pocket starts getting collapsed. Nico's eyes have to come down, and then the outside rushers can just retrace their steps, finish with the sack.
Jim Dike with the fair catch at the 10-yard line.
You better watch this game to the very end, because I tell you, this young man running onto the field right now, number 2, DJ Lagway, he is a human highlight reel. He is big, he's strong, he's fast, he throws a beautiful football. I think you're going to be in for a treat when you see this young man unleash here.
This has been the Gators formula. First couple of possessions from Mertz, and then Lagway gets a chance. He'll hand the first one off, and right up the gut, Montrell Johnson. Out to about the 14-yard line before he's turned back by Christian Charles.
You want to know one of the things that you notice from all the way up here, and I'm sure the folks at home notice it on their monitors. Do you see these young men, how they are playing with physicality? I mean, these guys are flying. These guys are hitting. This is big-time college football, folks. It is so noticeable. It's jumping off the screen at you.
Bullets one up the sideline. DK makes the catch. Oh, was that on a rope for 17?
Look, man, it just looks different when it jumps off of this young man's hand. I mean, you just see this big body here after the zone read play action fake. Just get out there. Just look at this ball. It's effortless. and it's right on time. All Chimere Dike has to do is put his hands up. It's just like handing it to him, like he walked down there and handed it to him.
Another handoff. And a good run at that for Montrell Johnson. Chris, why does this two-quarterback system with these two guys work?
It's the relationship between the two of them. When we met with Mertz yesterday, he said he's been shocked by DJ's humility at his age. Mertz said, when I was a young quarterback, all I really wanted was the older guys to help me out. So I tried to do that for him, because at the end of the day, he makes our team better, and that's what matters.
And Mertz embracing the role as the tutor, and Lagway being so willing to be tutored. It's rare. And there goes Johnson. He's got a first down. And Lewis, I was struck when Graham Mertz told us they're roommates on the road.
Yeah.
You know, like Graham Mertz said, Chimere Dike is my best friend. Someday he will be the best man at my wedding, right? We are that tight. Sure. He's the best man at my wedding, right? So we're that close. And yet that's not his roommate on the road. He has taken DJ Lagway and said, you be my roommate on the road. Let's have that kind of a relationship and spend that kind of time together. So that ego pull of, I'm the starter, I'm protecting my job. You're the young pup and I'm going to keep you at arm's length. That doesn't really exist between these two at all.
Yeah, it's something that really surprises you in today's day and age, in the NIL era, where when players don't get what they want, if maybe they are in a two-quarterback system and maybe not getting the reps that they want, they would be in the transfer portal quickly.
Four-man rush. Lagway breaks a tackle right up the middle of the field. A slide short of the first down. Gave himself up before he got to the line to gain. Broke the tackle of David Hobbs. Third down and short.
You see David Hobbs with a very nice pass rush. You see him with the arm over. He's able to get penetration on the pocket. But Lagway says, hey, look, dude, no problem. No problem. I'm 6'3", 240 pounds. You ain't going to get me down with just a hand on my shoulder pad. This young man is special. And this Tennessee defensive front is going to have to bring their very best against him all night.
Third and one. Lagway, easy flip in the right flat to Boardingham. Catch and run for the big tight end and a first down.
Again, just nice ball handling on the part of DJ Lagway. And you're going to see him here just get out on the edge there and just flip this ball nicely to Boardingham. A nice, easy touch throw so that he can turn it upfield in full command of the entire offensive operation right now. And see, this is why Billy Napier says, look, this two-quarterback system is working for me, because both of these quarterbacks are able to settle into a rhythm and move the football.
Zone read. Jacoby Jackson. 3 yards.
In the same formula that they used a year ago. They want to be physical up front, attack the edges, run the football downhill, get these big backs going north and south. Jacoby Jackson, the smallest of the three, who you'll see at 208 pounds. They have got some tanks in the backfield, and they're going to throw them all at the Tennessee defense tonight.
And they bring that whole offense back into a phone booth again. Check with me from Lagway. That's a broken play in the backfield. Lagway turned and bumped right into Jacoby Jackson. That play was stopped before it got started. They lost 2.
You can see Lagway's expecting him to turn and hand the ball off to his right. And Jacoby Jackson's thinking, look, he's going to run the counter to his left. And they just bump into one another. Again, it's loud, it's raucous here. This is one of these situations where you can have some miscommunication.
Timeout's going to be called from the sideline by Coach Napier.
Timeout. Florida, they're first.
After the Florida timeout, let's see, Lewis, how they handle third down. Lagway. Screen out to the edge. Montrell Johnson. I think he might have a first down. Right at the line to gain. Where did they spot it? It is very close.
That's a big-time individual effort by Montrell Johnson. You see they have two blockers out there on the edge for him. And they're just going to get the ball out to him quickly, and then he's just got to get the ball north and south. As you see Bordenham and Elijah Badger out there lead blocking for him. He just puts his shoulder pads down and fights for the extra yardage. And I talked about these running backs and how these guys are tough to bring down. Their lower bodies are put together. Johnson, number 1 at 218 pounds. Jaden Ball, 227.
Well, those chains are no more than about 3 paces away from the football. They still have to bring them out to measure. Billy Napier was confident. He signaled first down. He spoke too soon. So now a 4th and inches call for Florida in the red zone. The replay booth is weighing in as well to make sure it's an accurate spot. Where was the football? Montrell Johnson went down.
But looking at the replay, I thought he had it. I mean, I know there are going to be people at home going, why would you get in the gun when you have a 240-pound quarterback who's just an absolute freak of an athlete?
They're going to try to get it with speed. Trey Wilson brought down. Ricky Gibson.
And that's exactly why you should go ahead and put him under center and let him run the quarterback's sneak. Ricky Gibson, again, he trails this motion across the formation.
Dane Davis drove back to his hometown in Bluff City, which is in northeast Tennessee, an area affected by Hurricane Helene. He personally delivered groceries and supplies to neighbors back home and has raised over $10,000.
Heartbreaking scenes. Deep shot. Incomplete. Niamaliava took a shot to Squirrel White. Had him behind the Florida defense and just missed. And Squirrel White's hurt. And he's going to have to come off.
And you saw Squirrel White. He got behind the secondary, man. He was rolling. And as you see, Niamaliava just roll to his left, a little half roll. And he's able to get down the middle of the field. He just puts this on him. It's 6. Because he was behind Jordan Castell, number 14, who came into your screen late. Big missed opportunity coming right out of the gate here.
Keeper. Niamaliava. Terrific ball fake. He froze the Florida defense and found a running lane for a first down.
And there you see the misdirection in the backfield in the quarterback keeper. The tight end leading around the edge. Maybe we see more of that here tonight.
And Sampson. That one was the key for that Florida defense. Cam Jackson brought down Dylan Sampson behind the line.
Again, the interior defenders for Florida just continuing to show up in this game early.
Try a straight ahead dive. And Sampson is tripped up by TJ Searcy. That'll be 3rd down and at least 7.
And what did Billy Napier talk about with Chris Button? He said, look, we got to do our work on the early down so we can get into a situation where now we can pressure the passer. Here you are, 3rd and long.
We'll look over, and will there be a Florida adjustment? You're bringing pressure here, you're dropping out.
I think here on 3rd and long, you want to continue to put the pressure on him, or use some simulated pressures. Make him think it's coming and drop out with 7 or 8. And here they bring extras.
Niamaliava. Deep shot down the sideline. Incomplete. He had Chaz Nimrod turned around and missed him.
And there, Chaz Nimrod, we talked about him early in the game as a guy who just has blazing speed. You're going to see him there in the slot. He just runs a go route and he just breezes right past Aaron Gates. This guy has home run speed. Nico's just got to put this on him. He has plenty of time in the pocket, has a clean look at it, leads him too far outside. Another missed opportunity down the field.
So Florida will have the football back at their own 20-yard line when we return. Abashuzum, Lewis Riddick. And Chris Budden back on Rocky Top. Graham Mertz back in the game as he takes over at quarterback. Play action. Flips one in the right flat. Aiden Hansen, catch and run first down. They have used their tight ends and used them well. And Florida has done a good job of making this an NFL-type first half, Lewis.
Well, they do as good a job as anyone when you talk about NFL-type first half of using motions and ball handling to get defenses out of sorts.
Screened to Trey Wilson.
And look, I know what you're talking about as far as an NFL-type first half. It's been a battle of field position, great defense, trying to protect the football. Points are going to be at a premium in this game because they're going to be hard to come by. But you got to like this Florida offense in terms of its structure and how they try to attack. They give defenses a lot to think about.
There's a crease. Oh, that run from Montrell Johnson. Oh, did he finish with authority to the 38-yard line? A gain of 23, and he knows it.
I mean, you just see the double teams at the point of attack. Just look at it all here inside. Look at how they're able to get movement on both of the interior defenders, wall them off, get pushed at the point of attack. Look, I could run through that hole. It may not have been as successful, but I can do that.
Another shot inside the 25-yard line. Another tight end catch for Arliss Boardingham in front of Andre Turrentine, who got run over by Montrell Johnson on the last play. 18 more, and with the lead, Florida in the red zone.
There you see the effects of play action. You're running the ball effectively, you're going to have some passing windows open when you use play action. There's a perfect example.
Johnson breaks a tackle inside the 15, down to about the 14, maybe the 13-yard line before he finally is finished off after a gain of 7.
You see just how strong he is. Like Joshua Josephs, the defensive end for Tennessee, had him in his grasp. He just runs right through those arm tackles. You are not going to get these Florida backs down easily. They showed last year this team played the same way with the same kind of mentality on offense at the Swamp, and they're doing it again here early on. The physical downhill running.
Another handoff to the workhorse. He's inside the 5. Johnson at the goal line, just short of the end zone. And Florida wants to go quickly. They want to get right back up to the line of scrimmage.
They're just blowing them off the ball. You see them, they are just getting people on skates, getting their shoulders turned. And Montrell Johnson, he will finish just like 13 Jaden Ball, just like Jacoby
Jackson. Please reset
Jackson.
the game clock to 3 minutes, 44 seconds. 3:44 on the game clock, please.
But James Pierce is going to have to make his impact on this game. Had one of his best games of the season last week at Arkansas. As far as playing the run, which they challenged him to be even better at that than he's been in the past. And he is a dynamite pass rusher.
Hurts, quarterback sneak, hoping for the push at the goal line. No signal. Did the ball pop out? Tennessee thinks it came loose. They've got a takeaway. Did James Pierce rip it out? Mertz lost the football at the goal line on the quarterback sneak, and it looks like James Pierce may have recovered.
Get another look at it here. You can see Mertz just fighting.
Please reset the game clock.
Maybe his knee was off the ground. That's a little bit different angle. Is that shin down? Can't see it from that angle.
Please reset the game clock to 3 minutes, 18 seconds.
Was that ball coming loose is the question. You see, we just talked about James Pierce has to make his presence known.
3 minutes, 18 seconds, please.
I don't know that we've seen a replay yet that would say a body part was down before the ball
recovered by
popped
the
out.
defense. The play's under video review.
Yeah, this is the best angle of it here, Bob. You're going to see here. I don't think Mertz's shin is on the ground.
Or his elbow.
Or his elbow. Off the ground, off the ground. Nothing's on the ground yet. Nothing's on the ground.
Right,
ball's
there.
Coming out.
Wow.
I don't think you can overturn it.
I agree.
After video review, the ruling on the field stands. First down, Tennessee.
So Tennessee gets the takeaway.
Be sure with your ball handling. No turnovers. Be clean down here.
Deshaun Bishop, breathing room, and then some. Out to about the 6-yard line.
Let's get some breathing room now so you have some room to work.
Deshaun Bishop joins Tennessee as a preferred walk-on. And now he's out there toting the rock with their season potentially on the line inside of 3 minutes to go in the first half.
Big third down here, 3rd and short.
He's got it again. Grant crawls close to a first down. Looks like he's short. And if so, with 2:29 to go, you wonder if the Gators might call a timeout, save some time for their offense. I think they will.
Well, Bob, you talked about it. We brought it up numerous different times. This is a pro-style game.
Set the game clock to 2 minutes, 28 seconds. 2:28 on game clock, please.
That on 4th down from inside their own 11-yard line, Tennessee's going to go for this? Wow. Is this a hard call? How about the guts shown by Josh Heupel? Deshaun Bishop picks up a 4th down conversion inside their own 15-yard line.
Bob, that's one of those moments of truth. He's saying, look, offensive line, look, enough. You're going to have to move the line of scrimmage. We cannot give this Florida offense another crack at it here before the half.
Tennessee goes for it on 4th down from their own 11-yard line. They've got a fresh set of downs at their own 15. Iamaleava, a middle screen. And it goes nowhere. Let's check in with Chris Button.
Bob, after that 3rd down play, Nico Iamaleava looked right at Josh Heupel, pointed to his chest, and he said, let's do it. The punt crew was not even near. They were going to go for it that entire time.
Wow, that's still a very, very bold button to push. 4th down from your own 11. Josh Heupel pushed it. Now how do you pay it off?
Bob, they got to get some chunks now. You can't be running wide receiver tunnel screens. You're going to get this ball down the field. They've been behind this secondary. They got to hit on one.
Iamaleava to the sideline. Ethan Davis. That's a first down. And it stops the clock with 1:22 to go.
And you see Florida playing that too high look that we talk about all the time. 2 safeties deep. And now you see they're trying to spread them out, see if they can get somebody one-on-one down the field.
Pass protection is there, but an interception is thrown by Iamaleava. It is picked off by Sharif Denson. The takeaway by the Gators, and they're back in business. Plenty of time on the clock, and they've got a timeout.
Textbook zone coverage by Sharif Denson. You're going to see it right here. He's just going to step right in front of this switch release, right into the throwing window. Good eyes on the quarterback. Good periph of the receiver combination.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness. Offense number 74. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
That's how you play zone coverage, where you put your eyes on the quarterback, feel the receivers, and that's just a bad decision on the part of Nico Iamaleava. You can't throw that football and stare down your primary and not move underneath zone defenders with your eyes and expect to complete it. You stare them down, you lead the defenders right to where you're going. You see him right there. He never looks him off. He's looking right at his primary. That's something he's going to have to get better at.
Hurts fumbled at the goal line to give Tennessee the ball back.
Ball start. Offense number 75. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
And now Cameron Wades will cost the Gators 5 yards. That's their first penalty.
It's like this is when coaches want to run out on the field and just kind of shake everyone and be like, think, keep your composure, just sit in there. We know what we're doing. Let's not hurt ourselves. It's a golden opportunity.
Swing pass, incomplete through the hands of Montrell Johnson.
See, now you're behind the sticks, right? You have a great turnover. Now you're sitting here at 2nd and 15. And it's just one of those situations where now, like, you're kind of behind it. Now the field is condensed anyway. It's hard to move the ball down here, especially when you're talking about throwing it. You ideally want to run the football down in here because there's just not a whole lot of room to work. And when you're talking about the red zone, 3 possessions for the Gators, 0 touchdowns. They've got to start capitalizing.
Billy Napier is upset and has to call a timeout.
Timeout. Florida, their 3rd and final. It'll be 30 seconds.
You're calling a timeout there with the clock stopped. And for all intent and purposes, Lewis, this is 2nd down and goal. I mean, 2nd and 15 from the 16. They could get a first down inside the 1. But this is really almost a goal-to-go situation all the way back at the 16-yard line. And now a timeout called by Tennessee.
Tennessee, they're first. It'll be 30 seconds.
Mertz, there's the tunnel screen, but again, it goes nowhere. Trey Wilson brought down after a gain of a yard by Boo Carter. Would Tennessee think about using a timeout? It's 3rd down from the 15-yard line. They could get the ball back for their offense. Looks like they're going to let the clock wind all the way down. And if you're Florida, let the clock wind all the way down, right? I mean, they'll probably just run the ball here and set up a field goal.
Take as much time off the clock as possible. You played pretty good football here, especially defensively. On the road, go ahead in here with the lead. See if you can tack on some more points.
Mertz, sacked. And that's going to make the field goal a little more challenging for the Gators. Boo Carter and Omar Norman Lott back in the game, collapsing on the quarterback. It's a bit of a fire drill here for the field goal group because, remember, they are out of timeouts.
And there you see defensive coordinator Tim Banks. He dials up the pressure. He puts them all up on the line of scrimmage, more than Florida can block. And there you see it, Boo Carter, the freshman, coming off the edge.
Trey Smack with a flag down. Knocks it through from 43. But we'll have to check the penalty marker.
Illegal substitution. The offense had 12 players in formation. 5-yard penalty. Still 4th down.
I would think that would be a 10-second runoff,
The clock was
though.
running for the illegal substitution foul, which qualifies for a 10-second runoff.
Yeah.
The half is over.
That should end the half. And if the clock's running there,
that's critical.
That would be advantageous to the offense to get the penalty. So that should result in a 10-second runoff. It does. And that means Florida comes away empty. Josh Turbeville sends it deep. And it will be a touchback. Well,
they had the 10-second runoff, and these are the kind of things that Billy Napier, he talked to us about, that he wanted to have cleaned up. He thought he had them cleaned up.
Blindside block, receiving team. 15-yard penalty, 1st down.
And now they commit a personal foul.
Previous plays under video review for potential targeting.
So now they're going to go to the replay booth to see if the penalty that was called could actually end up being judged as a targeting call.
Coming across the formation. That's the blindside block. Are they talking about that one? Okay, there's 2 different ones. Because there's 2 different blindside blocks on the play. Which one are they calling here? There's going to be one here, and there's one here.
And I'm not.
Okay, which one are they taking a look at here?
And I'm not sure that either would necessarily qualify as targeting.
Foul for targeting. However, the personal foul for the illegal blindside block will be enforced. 1st down.
They need to score points.
102,000 bearing down on 2 true freshmen. Play action. He squeezes one in, hoping for Trey Wilson, and that's broken up. Will Brooks knocked it away from number 3.
And that's just a heck of a job of Will Brooks coming down on this rollout. And you see the left hand, he's fighting the pocket of Trey Wilson, trying to strip the ball out of there. That's just a good defensive back play. Will Brooks, just a steady presence in the secondary for Tennessee. You'll see him all over the field making plays like that.
Freshman at quarterback, freshman at tailback. The give to Ball. And Jaden Ball brought down behind the line. Bryson Eason there first.
Bryson Eason just split the double team. I mean, that's a big boy play right there. That's the kind of effort they need out of this Tennessee front. And they've shown it to you in spurts that they can make big plays with the best of them. You saw what James Pierce can do already with the forced fumble down on the goal line. Now they need to come up with a stop here and play that field position game that we've been talking about.
3rd down and 12. Four-man rush. Lagway. Hit from behind. Down he goes. Omar Norman Lott with the sack.
We talked with defensive coordinator Tim Banks about Omar Norman Lott, the fact that he has what they call a twitchy body. And watch him just continue to work on the pass rush. Watch his hands, they never stop moving. Watch, he's fighting, he's pushing, and then he's able to get clean, flatten down the line of scrimmage as DJ tries to work up in the pocket, and he finishes. Guys who can rush on the interior like Omar Norman Lott, those are guys who are going to get chances at the next level in the NFL. You rush the passer like that, you're going to get your name called.
The NCAA career active leader in punting is Jeremy Crawshaw, trying to change field position. Jermon McCoy, fair catch, and the crowd was hoping for a return.
Don't lead defenders where you want to throw the football. Use your eyes, be good with your eyes. He talked about that. Let's see how he starts here in the second half.
Sampson to midfield. That's one of his better runs. And that says a lot about how well the Florida defensive front has played.
Sure, look, and these guys are studs. They have NFL bodies on that side of the ball. They know how to play big boy football.
They give it to him again. Spin cycle. And then he gets racked up at the line of scrimmage. Jaden Robinson, Jack Pyburn, they were both there. So now it's 3rd down again.
And there you see just the amount of disruption on the interior. Caleb Banks, number 88, probably their best down lineman that they have on the roster, just creating havoc. Now you're here in a 3rd down situation. Nico's just got to be good. Just protect the football. Read this out. Be good with your eyes.
Balls are 2 for 7 on 3rd down. A rollout. Pass in the flat. Sampson's going nowhere. It's going to be 4th down near midfield. Sharif Denson made the stop. And it looks like the punt group is forming up. Great field position for the Vols. And another stop for the Florida defense. A 3 and out.
We talked about Nico and his ability or his need to play with good eyes and make sure he's not leading defenders to where he wants to throw. That's great eyes on the part of the secondary of the Florida Gators. Great breaks on the throw, solid tackles in space.
And the Gators not even rushing the punter, just guarding against a fake. Dike, fair catch at about the 8-yard line. Good punt by Jackson Ross of 43 yards. They have a lottery to get into the games. And it went fast for this one as they checker Neyland tonight. And they are bearing down. Now on Graham Mertz back in the game at quarterback. Worst starting field position for the Gators, their own 8-yard line. They run it into the heart of the Vols defense with Montrell Johnson Jr. And Jalen Smith makes the stop.
We've really seen the Tennessee defensive front just pick up the intensity in terms of trying to play on the other side of the line of scrimmage, on Florida's side of the line of scrimmage, and not let these big backs get ahead of steam coming downhill.
3 tight ends, all bunch left. Mertz over the middle, and he finds one of them for a first down. It's Hayden Hansen. So hard to diagnose that bunch set with those tight ends, Lewis, and that time Hayden Hansen fooled them.
Yeah, when you're in zone coverage like that, you got to read that out quickly and try and find your match before the quarterback can get the ball out of his hands, meaning that's called zone-man matchup. It's zone initially, then you match up man once the route's declared. But you see how quick Graham Mertz is with his decision-making.
Play action. He's under pressure. Mertz feels it. Across his body, he's got a wide-open DK. Hit from behind, the ball pops out, but it's out of bounds. Safely along the sideline. So Jim DK, who Graham Mertz said is his best friend. They played 3 years together at Wisconsin before coming together to the Gators.
Watch the effect that the ball handling has when you've been running the football effectively. You see how the second-level defenders are all up in the line of scrimmage. Look at all that space for Jim DK to work with. That's the effect of running the football and how play action just helps quarterbacks out.
Johnson down the sideline. Just about broke it. That was a one-on-one touchdown saving tackle by Christian Charles. And now Montrell Johnson's hurt. Montrell Johnson Jr., Lewis, has been the most effective runner in this game tonight for either team, and he's limping off with a left leg injury.
Yeah, and you see Christian Charles, he takes a good shot from Johnson. He's just trying to hang on, but you see the effects of why they're trying to outlaw hit drop tackles in the NFL. And I'm not saying that that was intentional in terms of his tackling technique, but you see how dangerous it is when guys swing their bodies around and fall in the back of the legs of runners.
So that brings Jaden Baugh, the true freshman, in. With Florida in business, a first down in Tennessee territory, and a good run by Baugh. He found a little crease off right guard, picked up 4, maybe 5. Josh Josephs makes the stop, so again making it second down and manageable, and it's in position at points. Florida with this 3-0 lead.
It's the push at the point of attack that the Florida offensive line is getting right now. They are up on their hands and toes, and they are coming off the ball with this zone scheme runs.
Play action. Mertz takes a shot into a tight window. Incomplete. Arlis Boardingham was the target, and he took a heavy hit, and he's going to go off to the sideline. He's shaken up.
Seconds. Please reset the game clock to 8:42.
They accidentally let the clock run down.
Thank you.
And that also gives a fresh play clock to the Gators. 3rd down and a long 4, close to 5. Mertz, he's going to take off and run. Makes a nice move into the secondary and gets dragged down in the red zone, but easily picks up a first down and then some. 15 yards on the scramble.
You see immediately, first read is not there. He pulls it down. He sees that the linebacker, Jeremiah Thielander, had taken away his primary option. And we said, Graham Mertz has very good scramble ability. It may not be at the level of DJ Lagway, but he can pick up firsts.
He made a move on Boo Carter. And now again, they tighten up the formation. Nothing there for Jaden Baugh. Wrestled down by Josh Josephs.
That's a big-time play by Josh Josephs on the edge. Again, if you're Florida now, just like any offense, you want to be able to run the football down here in the red area. You see Montrell Johnson over there on the sideline trying to get that left ankle loosened up. They need him back in this game. Tennessee, they got to get another stop here. They got to rise up once again.
Mertz, end zone, touchdown! He finds the tight end, Arlis Boardingham. And finally, after all of these red zone trips, 6, and Mertz shaken up after the touchdown pass. So the Florida quarterback limping off to the sideline after he dropped one into Boardingham.
Florida number 53 is now wearing 49.
And he's angry.
He was really just kind of like backing off after that play was over, after he had threw the pass, and no one was really anywhere near him. He didn't take any contact to his lower body. He just kind of got his foot caught in the turf in a weird way and started hobbling.
The first touchdown of the game caps the worst field position of the night for Florida. They go 92 yards, Lewis, and end up in the end zone.
Yeah, you just see Boardingham, he just arc releases and then gets up the seam, and they have some miscommunication in the secondary. Then here you're going to see Graham Mertz. They're right there. You just see his leg just get caught in the ground, a little bit weird. Non-contact injury. You just don't know exactly what happened right there, because it just looked like a play that should have been harmless. You just thrown a touchdown pass, was just kind of skipping back, getting ready to celebrate. Man, you just hope he's all right.
And this ball bounces through the back of the end zone for a touchback for the Vols.
17-7 Ole Miss.
Wow. It's almost like playoff games, or seemingly so, in the SEC. Every week with the 12-team playoff and the implications and percentages and where you would think at the end of the season with at-large bids on the line, the resume building possibilities. These games might end up, but a quick strike, and now Dylan Sampson brings Tennessee out to midfield after Nimrod caught one. Down by 2 scores. Sampson took a pop as well.
Yeah, the crowd thinking there may have been helmet-to-helmet contact there, or maybe they thought there was a targeting type of situation.
Second down and 2 near midfield. Holden stays in motion. It's very close to a first down on the dive. Caleb Banks made the tackle on Sampson. It is a Tennessee first down, and they get quickly lined up.
They're going at hyper speed.
Yamaliava on the rollout, across his body, reaching up, climbing the ladder, and pulling it in is Brazel. 23 yards.
And here you're seeing the effect of the running game getting going. They've been rolling Nico out, giving him some half-field reads, and here he's able to get his shoulders square. Throw the completion to Brazel. Nice catch by Brazel, going up, taking that ball out of the air.
A little slip screen, but off balance. And reaching back for that one was Holden Stays. Never really had a chance to get going, so he only picked up a couple of yards.
I really like what Josh Heupel is doing with Nico Iamaleava, getting him out on the perimeter, giving him half the field to work with, running some nice route combinations, easy completions.
Right up the middle goes Sampson. Close to a first down. About a yard short. It'll be third down as they are in the red zone.
You can see Josh Heupel down on the sideline telling Brazel, hey, get over there in that 3-by-1. We want to go fast.
Jump cut. And it looks to be good enough for a first down for Dylan Sampson.
Now Nico looks settled down. He looks like he's in control. He's throwing the football with accuracy. The running game's getting going a little bit. You've got Florida on their heels now. They're going to keep Nico out on the perimeter with those half-field reads where he's a threat to run the football.
Maybe a half yard for Dylan Sampson. Jaden Robinson, another tackle for the Gators.
So now you're in a situation where you have to throw the football. Now this is where Billy Napier said he wants his defense to be. Take care of the early downs. Get them in the second and third and long so you can tee off on the passer. Get Nico out on the perimeter where he can use his athletic ability.
Swing pass. One-on-one tackle broken by Sampson. Inside the 10. Down to about the 8. Jordan Castell had a chance to bring him down and couldn't, so he picked up 8.
You see how tough Dylan Sampson is. That lower body balance. Back up at the line again.
Another try for Sampson. Crab calls. Right at the line to gain. Cam Jackson tripped him up.
I think he was tripping over Nico's feet as he handed the ball off. I think they got their feet crossed up just a little bit. That's why he was falling forward when he reached the line of scrimmage.
He was short of the first down. It looks like 4th down and very short. And they're going to run some big bodies in to go for it. I'm surprised they're not measuring here, just to show for sure exactly how far they need to go.
Got their big bodies in. Got the 2 tight ends. Got a lineman in the backfield.
Sampson. First down. Endzone. Touchdown.
Formation. They got Kitzelman. Looks like they have defensive lineman Jackson Moy lined up in the backfield as well, just to get some more beef at the point of attack. Gets them on the scoreboard with 6.
All night, Lewis, neither team could find the end zone. Then back-to-back drives. The Gators score and the ball's answered.
Tennessee says, hey, look, you see there, leading up in the hole. Again, Miles Kitzelman gets a good block at the point of attack. Moy cleans it up, and then Sampson just does the rest. He just follows his blocks. You see here, he's able to run through the arm tackles and then just continue to fight, climbing over bodies and getting the ball in. That's exactly the formula that they used last week against Arkansas. When they came out in the second half, they put it in the hands of Dylan Sampson and said, big boy, go to work.
Through the corner of the end zone for a touchback. Now, this is a tough spot for a freshman to go the rest of the way, but certainly not a pure backup quarterback situation as Lagway goes to work and throws an interception. Tennessee's right back in the red zone. Arion Carter rips it off.
See this route combination right here, and watch Arion Carter, watch him sink underneath that sail route. This is textbook, folks. It doesn't look any prettier than this. Get the jam of the line of scrimmage, sink and gain depth, play it from deep to short, take away the 7 route, break up on the flat route. You see, he's trying to get the ball on that sail route to Trey Wilson. He thinks he's got Arion Carter right where he wants him, but Arion says, I'm making this big play. I'm setting my offense up.
Deshaun Bishop for 1.5 yards. Arion Carter, a young man who played running back in high school. Not really highly recruited, as we said, till his senior year. Ran for over 3,300 yards. So you know he's a football player. He's an athlete, but had to learn how to play linebacker. Oh, that was an educated linebacker play. What a big takeaway. And the ball's back to work. Iamaleava tripped up. What a nice tackle in space made by George Gumbs Jr. And now he's down.
You see him right here. George Gumbs is chasing him down out on the perimeter. You see there, he's up on his feet. And then just drops down to his knees. See, those are the kind of things that people have become grown very suspect about.
He's off the field now, and here is 3rd down. Iamaleava, high throw, incomplete. So after the giveaway by the Florida offense, their defense gets the stop in the red zone. They will hold to a field goal attempt, and it will be Max Gilbert that will come out to try and tie the game.
Oh, he had Squirrel White coming open for maybe a touchdown, but the pressure from Shamar James makes him speed it up and airmail that throw. Well, they had the right call on it. They just could have got it blocked up. But that's how it works. Pressure rushes you, forces you into an error throw.
35 yards out. The only player this season in the SEC that's scoring more points per game than Max Gilbert is Dylan Sampson. Time now for the Aflac trivia question. This is the 54th all-time meeting between the Gators and Vols. How many previous meetings came in a bowl game? So 10 points scored in 1 minute and 20 seconds by the Vols after they were shut out for the better part of 3 quarters. Let's answer our Aflac trivia question, but only keep you in suspense.
Yeah, I honestly have no idea the answer to this question, to be honest with you. I mean, 1-0, it all sounds good to me.
54th meeting between Florida and Tennessee. There we go, the 1969 Gator Bowl. The only other time that Florida and Tennessee have met in a bowl game. Tennessee's head coach, by the way, in the 69 Gator Bowl, Doug Dickey. Following the Gator Bowl, Dickey left Tennessee to coach at Florida. So now DJ Lagway in a tie game off of the interception. He'll throw and connect. Trey Wilson knifes his way across the 40 to the 43-yard line for a first down.
This young man has ice water in his veins. He's got pressure in his face, throws a strike.
They run it here with Jacoby Jackson. Let's go down to Chris.
You know, Billy Napier has raved about the maturity of DJ Lagway, and it showed after that interception. He came over, went over with the tablet with the coaches on what led to the interception, then went to all of his offensive line and skill position players, said that one's on me. And it appears like it will be his ball game because Graham Mertz is currently in the locker room.
He'll have to deal with this crowd noise the rest of the way as well.
You see him taking control at the line of scrimmage.
Keeper, Lagway, hit from behind, protects the football, and he's got a first down. Lou Carter brought him down.
What a nice read by DJ. Rides the ball in there, decides to pull it, sees the open lane, and he is out the gate. And let me tell you something now, as we head here in the 3rd quarter, this guy is a stud. 6'3", 240 pounds. A rifle for an arm, great mobility. Now's his opportunity.
Are rivalry games any fun in college football?
Oh, this is, I mean, it doesn't get any better than this, Bob. It really doesn't.
This is the end of the 3rd quarter.
Start of the 4th quarter. The 8th all-time Checker-Neyland game. Tied at 10. Boy, just take it in. DJ Lagway, incomplete on a 1st and 10 as he tried to fit one into DK. Good play by Ricky Gibson.
A spectacular play by Ricky Gibson. He was trailing DK and had to get on his horse and use all the speed he had in order to make that play up, because otherwise that was going to be another completion for the young freshman DJ Lagway.
So no Graham Mertz, injured after he threw the touchdown pass, and still no Montrell Johnson Jr., the leading rusher, with a left leg injury suffered in the last quarter as well. Lagway, one-on-one throw, bobbled and dropped. Aiden Mizell trying to pull it in with one hand. So a big play coming here, 3rd down and 10.
There you see Mizell just going to run a quick out. And you see again Ricky Gibson with the good break, but if Lagway puts it on him, that's a catch and run. He just kind of misfired on the throw. Big 3rd down for Florida, even bigger 3rd down for Tennessee's defense. Got to turn Florida away. Keep them out of scoring position.
Five-man rush. Lagway hit as he throws. That's caught. Short of the first down, but it at least creates a decision. What a catch by Trey Wilson. What a gutsy throw. And orange jerseys surrounding him. Looks like they'll go for it.
Well, that's a heck of a gutsy throw. You're absolutely right. He fired that into triple coverage and trusted his arm strength. And now here on 4th and short. yards. Again, you got to take advantage of his athletic ability. Can you get him out on the edge? Give him some options.
Here comes the blitz. One-on-one. Broken up. Jermod McCoy knocked it away from Trey Wilson.
I think you take away from what DJ Lagway does best, and you just put it in the hands of the wide receiver Eugene Wilson, Trey Wilson, and you see the great job of Jermod McCoy. He reads that slant perfectly. Big-time play. Nico Iamaleava, what can he do with it now? Can he exercise great decision-making, move his team down the field?
A little check down deflected at the line. So Iamaleava tried to find Dylan Sampson open out of the backfield, but it will be second down and 10. Like Desmond Watson got a fingertip on the football. Now they run it. Patiently hoping for a little crease was Sampson. He's got a couple yards. Jaden Robinson brings him down after a gain of 2.5, so third down and long.
And now's the time Nico's going to have to exercise again. Smart decision making. No turning the ball over. Be quick. Get the ball out of your hand with decisiveness. If you're Florida, are you going to bring pressure here? Maybe a simulated pressure. Drop out and play coverage.
Here comes the blitz. No simulation on this pressure. They are after Iamaleava. Speed to the edge. Reaches the ball out. Where will they spot it? Cameron James brought him down short of the line to gain. This looks like a 3-and-out again, forced by the Florida defense.
Fantastic effort, though, by Nico trying to get that ball there, just using that 6'5" frame, 6'6" frame to try and stretch the ball out.
You wonder if they're going to check this spot. I'm not sure if he stepped out of bounds or if he was down. He reached the ball out. I think Josh Heupel is hoping for a review. It's fourth down, and are they going to go for it? They're going to leave their offense out there. The replay booth hasn't stopped play. Play clock winding down. There's a flag thrown for a potential delay of game as well.
Delay of game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Still fourth down.
There you see Iamaleava walking off the field, giving his best effort. He's really starting to show you just how dangerous he is out on the perimeter. His running ability really hasn't been unleashed and untapped and hasn't been tapped into yet this year. Great individual effort.
DK is going to let it bounce. Covered beautifully by Tennessee. Nimrod was there to down it at the 6. If you are to come to Rocky Top, you might see this guy. Well, the last drive that started inside the 10-yard line for the Gators resulted in the 9-play, 92-yard touchdown drive that ended with the Graham Mertz injury after he found Boardingham for the score. And this drive will start with a Jayden Baugh 1-yard loss. Cut down at the 5-yard line by the blitzing Christian Charles. So now it's second down and 11.
Christian Charles has been all over the field for the Volunteers defense tonight, making big play after big play, big stop after big stop. And they need to hold Florida down in here, deep in their own territory, give that ball back to their offense, let them go to work again.
Gain of maybe a yard. Jeremiah Thielander, who took over for Keenan Pili after Pili was injured in the first quarter, gets the stop. Third down and 10. And Lewis, are you trusting Lagway to throw on third down and 10 from all the way down here at the goal line?
Look, I have no doubt that they have full trust in this young man and his ability to both run and pass. So if you're going to throw the football down here, don't make him a sitting duck in the pocket. Get him out on the perimeter where then he can make a good decision. So I can tell you this, number 27, James Pierce, here he comes. He just was in on that second down stop. Now he's going to tee it up.
Play clock's at 0. That's going to be delay of game. They didn't get it off.
Delay of game, offense. Half a distance to the goal, still third down.
That's 5 yards for the Neyland Stadium, 102,000.
Tennessee's version of the 12th man. I mean, it is loud in here. These people are going berserk. I mean, what a great scene for freshman DJ Lagway. This is as important a play as you've had in this game. Deep in your own territory, you have to make a good decision here.
He will throw. He's under pressure. Scrambling at the goal line. It comes out wobbly and falls incomplete. Josh Joseph's got a piece as Lagway released it. So now Jeremy Crawshaw will be punting with his heels up against the back of the end zone.
And just look at these guys right here. Look at these. This guy's built like Dobermans, just coming in there on the TE stunts, trying to create havoc in the pocket. Flush DJ Lagway out to his left, an errant throw. But those were two big guys who we identified early in the game, James Pierce, Joshua Josephs. They had to play a big role, and there you saw it, just creating mayhem, getting off the field on third down.
Crawshaw's one of the best, but a wobbly kick. McCoy in plus territory, returnable. Inside the 30-yard line by the time he's brought down. That is top 5. Total offense, total defense, scoring offense, scoring defense. It's Tennessee. And they'll run a screen out to squirrel right. And he gets stood up. And yet, being top 5, Lewis, total offense and defense, scoring offense and defense, in this league, Tennessee has been in 2 wars in back-to-back weeks against unranked teams.
Every week, that's what it is, man. It is survival of the fittest in the SEC every single Saturday.
Dylan Sampson breaks free. Has caught. Touchdown. Dylan Sampson, 2 touchdowns rushing tonight, 14 on the season.
And it is leading on their leader, just leaning on him. Put the ball in Dylan Sampson's hands, pull the backside guard and tackle, and then get that ball into the end zone and get us 6.
Well, the Gators were up 10-0 midway through the third quarter, but it's been the Vols that have pulled off the comeback this week. 17 unanswered to take the lead. We'll see if the Gators can respond. Yeah, that Ole Miss LSU game feels like an elimination game. This game feels certainly like an elimination game almost for Tennessee if they were not able to hold on. That's why this response is so big. And now what will the response, Lewis, be for the young quarterback, DJ Lagway?
What's the phrase I like to use? Football is a series of character checks. Now we're going to have one here for DJ Lagway, the freshman 5-star. What can he do?
Tunnel screen. It is caught, and nearly breaking free was Trey Wilson. He almost found a tunnel.
Bobby almost made a house call right out of the gate and said, hey, DJ, you don't have to do it all by yourself. I'll help you out. But this Tennessee defense, they have been running to the rock now. They have been chasing this football down inside out. They know what's at stake. These guys have a lot of pride.
You want to see some movement, though, from Lagway out of the pocket?
Absolutely. Get him out on the perimeter. Make him a dual run-pass threat. If it's not there for him, let him use his legs. Don't have him be a sitting duck here in the pocket.
Zone read, and he's going to try and run it. And he gets bottled up. Gain of a yard. Arion Carter, who had the big interception earlier, comes up with the tackle.
There he is again, number 7, Arion Carter. Just picking up the slack for Keenan Peely. Jeremiah Thielander, 22, also playing his role. He turned that ball back in. The linebacker group has been given credit for making this defense go. The improvements that they made at the second level, they have to come up with another big stop here on third down.
And they show blitz, 1 deep safety. Here they come after the freshman. It's a one-on-one back shoulder throw incomplete. He wanted Elijah Badger.
Jermod McCoy, textbook technique. Look at that, patient, feet don't go anywhere, offhand jam, eyes down on the hip. Lean into that back shoulder fade. You have to make a perfect throw. He's going, look, you're going to throw that on me? With the way I just covered him? That is textbook right there. Tennessee's defense has it tuned up right now.
Well, Billy Napier has trusted his defense at different times in this game, and they more often than not have come through. They're going to have to come through again and get at least one more stop. McCoy backpedals and fields it, bobbles it inside the 10. Tight ropes the sideline before getting blown up.
That make you hold your breath and bobble the ball like that. He's one of the most unique athletes to ever play sports, to ever play the game of football in particular. What he is doing right now, you may never see done again. The way he can go both ways with that kind of stamina, unreal.
Play action. Iamaleava wants to take a shot. Incomplete. Nimrod hoping for a flag. Nothing comes out. Jordan Castell was downfield in coverage along with Jason Marshall.
That ball almost traveled 60 yards in the air. Iamaleava launched that to one of the fastest players on the perimeter for Tennessee. Tried to lay it out there to him, see if they could go ahead and strike quickly and put the dagger in Florida. What an absolute rocket launch.
Another play action fake. This time a mid-range throw, and that's incomplete again off the hands of Nimrod. And they're saving the Gators some time here as well with back-to-back incompletions, and it's 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, I like the play call though initially in terms of trying to go for the home run and seeing if they could kind of capture and really, really benefit from the emotion and the swing and momentum that's taking place here in the second half. This is a crucial 3rd down. They need to pick this up, and for Florida, you want to give your young freshman a short field to work with, so this is a big 3rd down for them. They got to come up with a good call.
Tennessee is 3 for 12 on 3rd down. They're going to try and run for it, and they're not going to get anywhere near it with that dot by Dylan Sampson. So the 3 and out for the Gators defense, and that will bring Jackson Ross out to punt. It'll go right back over to DJ Lagway. And the Gators offense, with a lot of time on the clock, 7.5 minutes to go, will get another crack at it.
You saw Dylan Sampson just gesturing the fact that he was this close to breaking that out on the second level and ripping off a big one. Let's keep an eye on Tim DK back here returning this punt. This guy is fantastic as far as his open field running skills. They could use a big return here.
Wobbly kick. DK makes the first man miss. Makes the second level miss. DK near midfield with a spin move across the 50 into Tennessee territory.
Now this defense is going to have to rise up again, because here's Florida on the plus side of the 50 after a fantastic punt return by Jim DK.
And for DJ Lagway, redemption opportunity as that pick set up the go-ahead touchdown. And now he starts in plus territory with the short field. The handoff to Jaden Baugh, another true freshman. He's got a first down. Youth will be served for this offense for Florida as they're to the 35-yard line of the balls.
Both of the teams saying, heck with throwing the football. Maybe we should really lean on the run game a little bit here. And again, another one of those stud running backs for Florida picking up big yardage.
Up tempo at the mesh point, blown up in the backfield. Boy, nowhere to go. Baugh just swamped under. James Pierce came through. Tyree West in the backfield as well. A loss of about 2.5.
I mean, just so quick off the ball. DJ Lagway didn't even have a chance to read the defensive end, because Tyree West said, look, I'm taking it out of your hands. I'm just going to blow all of this up and get a TFL. Tackle for loss.
So now they're behind the chains. Broken tackle. And Baugh can't make another. Ricky Gibson. A sophomore corner come up. And that is a sure tackle made after a gain of only about 1.5 yards. So now it is 3rd down and 11.
You see Gibson working that right shoulder. But when you put your pads on Jaden Ball, you better bring it. You're going to be in that ice tub tomorrow, but we're not worried about tomorrow. You got to get off this field here on 3rd down. You got to turn away Florida after the big punt return and kill their momentum.
Gators probably don't need it all. You have to think this is 4-down territory. Laval's show blitz. Here they come. Quarterback draw. Lagway driven back, and maybe now they're going to have to punt.
But look who it is. James Pierce. Watch the game right here. And here comes Pierce right down the pipe. Exactly what you don't want to see. This big 6'5", 245-pound James Pierce getting a free run on you. DJ Lagway does all he can to avoid him on the first initial hit. He tries to spin out of it. And then here comes the rest of the crew to finish him off. That's what you expect from a man of that caliber, from James Pierce. Rise up at the moments where they need him the most.
I have to think Billy Napier probably would have gone for it at 4th and manageable, but a 10-yard loss and a fair catch inside the 10-yard line by Jermon McCoy.
Just every moment of these games in the SEC mean everything to these teams.
They're going to try and run it here, and getting dragged down inside the 10-yard line. Jason Marshall brings down Sampson for a loss. 2nd down and 13.
Again, the battle goes back and forth. Defenses know we have to go ahead and make big plays, and you see Graham Mertz over there on the sideline. You just feel for the young man. You know, it's just killing him to be over there. We visited with him last night. What an impressive young man. He's got the crutches, which we just hope he can get back on the field as soon as possible, whatever that may be.
A non-contact injury. As up the middle on a dive, back to the original line of scrimmage goes Sampson. 3.5 minutes to go. And that is, especially for a senior wrapping up his college career, the worst possible way that it could end. As you can see, the brace on the left leg, on crutches and being consoled by his teammates.
Bob, it's the way it happened. I mean, he was just ending the play all alone by himself.
So Tennessee's just going to milk as much time off the clock here as possible, but Florida, if they get a stop here on 3rd down, will have all the time necessary. They're going to send a blitz. Iamaleava's going to take a shot. One-on-one. What a catch made on the sideline, but out of bounds. Brazel. Almost a highlight reel reception, but he couldn't pull it in and get a foot down at the same time.
He just ran out of room. Just look at him rise up in the air and high point this ball. Can't get that left foot down in time. Just about a foot out of bounds. 6'5", 200 pounds. Chris Brazel. Got to watch him at practice the other day. Look, these Tennessee wide receivers, I mean, they are just giants with tremendous athletic ability. That close to making one of the biggest plays of the game.
So Ross again. Another line drive kick. DK will try another return. His last one, 30 yards. Impactful. He turns the corner. He gets a block. Another great return. The short field again for the Gators, needing a touchdown to tie.
2 minutes and 31 seconds to go on the road. What are you going to do?
We're about to find out. Hand off to Jacoby Jackson with a stiff arm. Lowers his shoulder and picks up a 1st down. Lowered the boom on Ricky Gibson. They're in the red zone.
That's a nice run by Jacoby Jackson. Look, you hate to see Montrell Johnson go out. For Florida, you're just lucky that you have this kind of depth with Jaden Ball and Jacoby Jackson, who are just toting the rock with tremendous efficiency, power, agility, doing work here tonight.
Are they going to snap the ball again before the 2-minute timeout? I don't think so. They take the clock down. Billy Napier was out on the field yelling at his offense.
This is a 2-minute timeout.
And they have really tried to clamp down on the big plays. They got to make sure that they keep that below 4 now. No more big plays on the part of the Tennessee Volunteers defense.
The clock not really a factor for Florida. They've got 2 full minutes, all 3 timeouts. They've got to have a touchdown, and they're having a hard time getting lined up. 3 on the play clock. They'll hand it and lose yardage with Jacoby Jackson getting spun down by Bryson Eason well behind the line.
Tennessee defensive line continuing to make plays. Bryson Eason getting penetration in the backfield. Good initial quickness, great pad level. All the fundamental things that you have to rely on at this point in the game. Your fundamentals are going to win this game for you. And if you're Tennessee, the defensive line is going to help win this game. It's their strongest unit. You got to continue to step up.
Flags thrown at the snap. False start.
False start.
This should be, I think, a 10-second runoff, unless Billy Napier opts to use a timeout here. And it looks like he's going to call timeout.
False start. Offense number 58. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
2 timeouts left for Florida. But they get the 10 seconds back. Minute 18 to go. Lagway to throw. Sets up the screen. Caught by Jackson. Nowhere to go along the sideline. And he stays in bounds as well. That'll keep the clock rolling. Arion Carter got there first. Well, again, it's 4-down territory, but now they've got a lot of distance to cover. They have to get down inside the 9-yard line to pick up a first down. It is 3rd down and 18.
I'm going to continue to say, with the way this team is rushing the passer, if you're Tennessee, I'm saying, go ahead, let him sit right there in the pocket. Let us run our games inside. Let us get our heavy hitters freed up. And if you're Florida, move him.
Over the middle towards the end zone. He's got his man, DK, for a touchdown. I don't know, Lewis. They originally sent the point after group out to try and kick it. They might go for 2 here.
Watch this route by Chim DK. This is poetry. Fake like you're going to the flag and then break it back to the post. Lagway just climbs up in the pocket. Look at him. He's selling the flag route. Comes back to the post. The safety just can't recover Andre Turrentine. He just can't get back in the position. The backside safety, Will Brooks, doesn't have enough depth to help him in time. And DJ with an absolute laser as he escapes up into the pocket.
You know, you've got a freshman quarterback.
Look at this work. Listen, look at this. Eyes down the field, throw on the move, and just puts it on a rope.
The Gators with a trick play formation. Line up Lagway. And now a timeout with the play clock winding down. Tennessee on defense.
It'll be 30 seconds.
And we are now deadlocked at 17. Now still 2 timeouts left for Tennessee. If you force a return, that'll take time off the clock. See how Florida plays it. He's going to boom it. Well, gets a chance to pull one out of the fire in the closing seconds here. 2 timeouts, 29 seconds. Out of the pocket. Gets to the sideline and gets hit. And for a second, it looked like an official may have been reaching for a flag. But I think the ball may have popped out as he went out of bounds. And so a beanbag was thrown.
The ball was fumbled forward out of bounds. The clock will start on the referee's ready.
And that means Tennessee's probably going to have to spend a timeout right here. Or have there, then Josh Heupel now realizes it and calls timeout. He wasn't alerted, or at least didn't hear the announcement.
Yeah, a couple seconds ticked off the clock.
That marks where Iamaleava went out of bounds, or at least fumbled it out of bounds. Long throw to the sideline. And Squirrel White pull it in. And now he goes down. It was ruled an incompletion.
Yards are at a premium here. By the way I saw it, he may have got that right foot down. You're going to see it here when we slow it down. Watch where his right foot is when he controls this football. Right here.
Pass. The previous play is under video review. After video review, the ruling is a catch for a first down at the 38-yard line. Please reset the game clock for 20 seconds. 20 seconds on the game clock, please.
They have to go about another 23, 24 yards. And that's off the fingertips of a wide open Chaz Nimrod. Or he might have gotten there on that play.
He may have gotten a lot more than just gotten there. Chaz Nimrod was on the run. Nico working up in the pocket. This is wide open. Those are just the throws that you have to make in these kind of situations. Those are difference-making throws. I'm sure he's going to want to look at that one and go, man, I need that one back.
That's a game-winning throw potential.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh, still time. 16 seconds on the clock. Iamaleava, incomplete. Two receivers basically on top of one another, so that had to be an error in terms of the route run. Now down to 12 seconds to go.
You're just going to see the miscommunication out here to your left when Nico lets this ball go. You have two receivers basically stacked on top of each other. You see Nimrod there, and then you see Brew McCoy as well. In crunch time, that's when you got to bear down the most. Make sure you understand the assignment.
Tennessee needs a chunk play and a player then to give himself up. There goes Iamaleava. And he will get close to midfield. Flag thrown back at the line of scrimmage. 5 seconds remaining.
Holding. Offense number 74. Take that penalty. Replay third down.
It's just John Campbell Jr. You're going to see him right here. He just isn't able to stay on balance. Feels as though he's going to lose the pass rush inside. Again, these self-inflicted penalties and mistakes. They've had opportunities to get some chunk plays and maybe get down into game-winning field goal position, just have not been able to take advantage of this. Got to be frustrating to Josh Heupel.
5 seconds to go. So they're just going to run the football here. And barring a miracle run by Dylan Sampson, we're going to overtime. And that is where we are headed. A rivalry game goes on between Florida and Tennessee.
In the first overtime, each team gets a possession starting at the opponent's 25-yard line. If it goes to a second overtime, teams again start at the 25-yard line, but must attempt a two-point conversion after a touchdown with no extra points allowed. From the third overtime on, teams alternate two-point conversion attempts from the 3-yard line until the game is decided.
Florida, you're the visiting team. You'll call the toss. If you win the toss, your choice will be offense, defense, or which end of the field you want to play. What is your call?
Tails.
Tails is the call?
Tails is the call.
It is heads. You've won the toss.
You want defense.
You want defense?
Okay.
Which end of the field do you want to play on? Tennessee has won the toss and is elected to go on defense. We'll play on that end of the field.
Not that there's a quiet end of this stadium, but Billy Napier knows what end of the stadium's got the students. He wants his offense running to the other end of the stadium. And that is where they will start overtime. A rollout for Lagway. Loops one towards the end zone on the first play for DK. And it's incomplete. They went for it right from the 25-yard line.
Yeah, I like the call, though. I like getting him out on the edge.
You've been calling for that.
Exactly. When you're down here in the high red zone, just outside the red zone on the plus 25, let him be a little bit of a threat with his legs. Strike that fear in the defense that maybe he can pull it and run it.
Flag down. False start. It's going to be 2nd and 15. Unless it's a
False
simulation.
start.
Nope.
Offense number 66. 5-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
You've got to lock in down here in crunch time. Jake Slaughter, the center, you just got to lock in. You've got to be on top of it. The game is on the line now. Got to lock in.
Now they go empty on 2nd and 15. And they'll bring Jaden Ball into the backfield to help protect. Swing pass instead to Ball. Bryson Eason track Ball right out to the flat and flattened him. A loss of 6.
And you're just going to see Bryson Eason. He reads it perfectly. They have a stunt going on anyway. James Pierce coming on inside. He stunts right into it. Right into the halfback screen. That's a big-time play. This defensive line, again, continues to make big play after big play. See if they can do it again.
They might need some yards just to get back into realistic field goal range. And they're going to run it with Ball. And now they'll have to try a field goal just to put some points on the board and count on their defense to go out and get a stop on Tennessee's offense.
You got penalty, you got overthrow, penalty, tackle for loss. That's just not the way you want to go.
Number 48 is now wearing 46.
Trace Mack's only miss from this year from 53 yards. This one from 47. No good. Just wide to the right. The negative plays for the Tennessee defense. Just enough to push Florida back. And now all the Vols need are a field goal.
You see it right outside the right upright. Oh, so close. Billy Napier. Defense is just going to have to do something here dramatic.
Right? I mean, all they're thinking is field goal now.
Absolutely. Now you just got to somehow see if you can get this ball turned over in some way.
Iamaliava flips one in the flat. Holden stays. Every few yards will help what will eventually you have to think be a Max Gilbert field goal opportunity to win it.
Get a punch at that ball, swipe at that ball. First guy hold him up, second guy going for the strip. Do everything you can to turn this over.
They run it right up the middle. And it looks to be good enough for a first down for Dylan Sampson. Getting a push. But they'll mark him down at the 14-yard line, it appears. Still good enough for a first down.
How fitting is it that you go to your workhorse, Dylan Sampson? He has delivered for this football team all year long. Tremendous heart, toughness.
You know what Dylan Sampson's thinking? Don't bother with Max Gilbert. Just keep giving it to me.
That's right. Put it in my hands.
Instead, one-on-one on the edge. Dragged down inside the 5-yard line is Dante Thornton.
Players feel it. They sense it.
I don't even think they want to bother with a field goal. Sampson with a push. A pile up inside the 2-yard line. I think they marked him short. Crowd reacting as it's a touchdown.
Forward progress was stopped. Second down.
Forward progress stopped. That's not reviewable. That's a judgment call.
But just look at the effort of Dylan Sampson. You can see his legs just continuing to push. His back is turned. He continues to push.
So the ball at the 1-yard line. Second down and goal.
Give it to him, let him top it off.
Sampson. Tennessee wins.
See Dylan Sampson, that lower body power, the offensive line, they knew what needed to be done. We talked to this young man yesterday. He said, I don't talk much on the field. I laugh a lot. He said, I actually make jokes when somebody hits me hard. And then I rip him for a big one. You know he was made for this kind of moment. And he delivered again.